Good evening, everybody, and welcome into Cavalier Field. And today's game, Game 14 of the 2024 Rocky Mountain League season between the visiting Derby Twins and your Dodge City A's. The A's kind of wore it on the chin last night, falling to Derby 16-5. But it is a new night, and we are set to go. You can see the fielding positions for the Dodge City A's, as well as the starting lineup. So let's take a look at the lineups as we get ready to go here. Leading off, it is the center fielder, number 9, Makani Nabarro. Batting second, the left fielder, number 21, Braden Lucart. Batting third, first baseman, number 10, Mitchell Birdsdall. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 14, Holden Pantier. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 8, Kyler Warren. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 15, Richard Gutierrez. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 35, Nolan Herchok. Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 4, Bryce Hampton. And batting ninth, the second baseman, number 3, Darlowin Fiera. It is Harrison Aquaro getting the start on the mound for the Derby Twins. Steven Trinidad getting the start for your Dodge City A's. And we are just a few moments away from first pitch. You can see the fielding positions for your Dodge City A's. From left to right in the outfield, it is Grant Weisermans, Nyan Hayes, and Remington Miller. Across the infield from third to first, Nate Murphy, Carson Johnson, Zach Moore, Charles Daniels, Sharples, and Steven Trinidad on the mound, and Isaiah Velasco, the battery behind home plate, and we are almost set for action. So let's get ready to go. First pitch thrown in from Steven Trinidad for strike number 1. That pitch in for strike number 2. 0-2 count for Nabarro, who wears that one, and the Twins will get an early leadoff runner. So the free pass is a bit of a bugaboo for the Dodge City A's, but nonetheless, we will go to work. Steven Trinidad on the mound for your Dodge City A's. In steps Braden Lucart. First pitch in to him, low and inside for ball number 1. Currently 90 degrees in Dodge City. One-0 pitch misses high and outside, and it's 2-0 to Lucart. The A's and Twins, it is non-league action. Of course, the A's made the trip to Derby yesterday. Twins repaying the trip to Dodge City today. Dodge City begins a 4-game homestand, as they host the Twins today, and then will host the Game Day Angels, going back to league action starting tomorrow. Be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday right here at Cavalier Field in league action for your Dodge City A's. Pitch swung on and missed, and count moves to 2-1 on Lucart. The A's returning home for the first time in a week. They took to the road last Sunday, made the trip to Colorado, played the Game Day Angels, Denver Cougars, and Colorado Rough Riders, and come out of that series with 3 wins. Trinidad with the 2-1 pitch. It's fouled back into the netting, and the count evens itself at 2 apiece. So the A's then had 3 days off and a much needed 3 days of rest for this team to recover and get back going again. They made the trip to Derby yesterday and now will be home for 7 of the next 8 days. Throw over to first, not in time. Two delivery. Trinidad comes set, working from the first base side of the rubber. Runner goes, a check swing. The throw to second in time, and that will be a strike 'em out, throw 'em out, as the Derby Twins now have 2 away. So that brings in Mitchell Birdsall. And just like that, a runner on, and now nobody on and 2 away. Pitch misses outside for ball number 1. One 0 swung on and coming up empty. Evens a count at 1 apiece. Trinidad's pitch to Birdsall fouled off. Birdsall down in the count, 1 and 2. The A's looking to get started in the bottom of the first after falling down early to the Derby Twins in the early innings yesterday. That pitch caught the inside edge, and that will end the inning. The Twins go down unconventionally, 1-2-3. It will be Nyan Hayes, Grant Weisermans, and Nate Murphy due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. So we get ready to go. There is the batting lineup and fielding positions for the Dodge City A's and Derby Twins, and we'll return back to the game broadcast. As it is a 2-0 count on Nyan Hayes. Nyan Hayes, the leadoff hitter for your Dodge City A's here today. Takes that one and chops it foul up the third base side, and he's in the count at 2-1. Nyan Hayes played in last night's game, hit in the 3-hole for the Dodge City A's, had 3 at-bats, 1 run, 2 hits, and was walked twice. 3-1 the count now on Hayes. That pitch, a scalding line drive up the third base side, but twists and falls foul, and the count runs full. So Harrison Aquaro getting the start on the mound for the Derby Twins. And we will see the first payoff pitch of the game from him. Aquaro, working from the first base side of the rubber, has what he wants and comes set. The payoff delivered outside and low, and the A's get a early free base. Leadoff runner aboard, something that we've talked about throughout our various broadcasts, an important part of the A's being able to take advantage now. So in steps Grant Weiserman's, wearing the number 17 tonight. Of course, Grant making a number change, is now number 13 on the rosters for the Dodge City A's. Weiserman's hitting the 2-hole and a line drive out through the left side gap, and that'll put runners on first and second in the first hit of the ball game for your Dodge City A's. So in steps Nate Murphy. Nate Murphy last night come in relief later in the game. So Nate on the night last night got 1 at bat, and he was walked in that one time he was at the plate. So we will go to work with runners on first and second, nobody out for your Dodge City A's. The A's trying to take advantage of early opportunities. A run down at second and a ball hit through the left side gap and bobbled by the shortstop, so that will load the bases on an E6. So in steps Isaiah Velasco. Velasco served as DH last night for your Dodge City A's. Comes up with nobody out and bases loaded, and the first pitch into him for strike number 1. A's trying to get something going early here as they fell down 5-0 in the first 2 innings against the Twins last night. They would break through in the third, scoring 2 runs to make it a 5-2 ball game, but the Twins would answer back with 6 more runs, and things would just continue to get out of control. Pitch was fouled off, and down in the count, 0-2 is Velasco. Velasco sees that one painted on the outside edge, called strike number 3, and 1 away for the A's. In steps Carson Johnson. Johnson last night for the Dodge City A's. 4 at bats. He was walked once and struck out twice. The night at the plate, not an offensive showing for the Dodge City A's, but 6 runs on 10 hits and committing 5 errors last night against the Derby Twins. Pitch, called strike on the inside edge, down in the count 0-1. 0-1 delivery coming from Aquaro. Fouled off. Johnson's down in the count 0-2. A's tonight go with the white pants, yellow tops, green numerals and letters outlined in white. Derby countering with gray pants, their black tops, and their maroon numerals and letters outlined in their yellow. That pitch down low for ball number 1. Dodge City A's and Derby Twins, familiar foes. They're games that go back even into the old Jayhawk days. Both teams members of the former Jayhawk League. As that pitch, again, painted on the outside edge. Johnson caught looking, and after getting 3 runners on, there have been 2 consecutive strikeouts. Here comes C.D. Sharples. So CD in last night's game got a hit in his lone at bat. First pitch he sees looked good enough to offer up. Comes up empty for strike number 1. Oh, 1 coming from Aquaro. He has what he wants and sets. Pitch on the inside edge, and just like that, Sharples down in the count 0-2. A leadoff walk, a single, and an error got the bases loaded, and consecutive strikeouts have the A's down to their final out to try to take advantage of this, and that one's fouled off. Count remains 0-2. Stranding base runners has been an issue at times for the Dodge City A's. The A's can take advantage of opportunities early. They need to do so. That pitch swung on and missed, foul tip. The A's leave them loaded and come up empty. We're headed to the top of the second, 0-0. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Welcome in to Cavalier Field as The A's left them loaded. We're headed into the top of the second. It will be Pantier, Warren, and Gutierrez due up for the Derby Twins after they went down unconventionally 1-2-3 in the top of the first. Stephen Trinidad returns to the mound for your Dodge City A's, and the first pitch missing outside for ball number 1. Pantier takes that one. It's headed out into left center field, gets down for a hit, and the Derby Twins have leadoff runner aboard for the second time. So in steps Kyler Warren. Warren didn't play in last night's game. That pitch catches the inside edge, has Warren down in the count 0-1. One and one, the count to Warren. Pitch outside in the opposite batter's box makes it 2-1. Stephen Trinidad comes into today having pitched 2 2/3 innings. That throw over to first, not in time. A ball to strikeout ratio of 1.15. Two delivery as Trinidad looks in. So look over at first, has his sign and come set. Foot on the right side of the rubber. And a high fly ball. It's twisting foul and will fall past the A's bullpen. Count remains 2-2. Stephen Trinidad with 2 strikeouts and 5 walks through his 2 2/3 innings pitched. That pitch swung on and missed, and Warren will go down on strikes. So the second strikeout of the game for, I stand corrected, third strikeout of the game for Stephen Trinidad. In steps Richard Gutierrez. Gutierrez, the 3-hole hitter last night, had 3 runs on 1 hit and was walked twice and struck out once. First pitch in and plunks Gutierrez in the back of the helmet. Coach going to come down to check on him. That ball actually hit right on the lower edge of the helmet, so I'm sure that part of what he's feeling is it was a ricochet as it hit into the small of his neck. So that will put runners on first and second. 2 on and 1 away for the Twins. And in steps Nolan Herchok. Herchok also did not play in last night's ball game. The Twins are going to elect to send out a runner. It will be Aiden O'Malley that will go out to run for So Nolan Herchok will step in, and after that, we'll go back to work. Pitch, called strike on the outer edge, and that will have Herchok down in the count 0-1. Trinidad will step off and looks Pantier back to second as Carson Johnson was giving chase. That pitch, this is low for ball 1. Pitch swung on and missed, and the throw down to second, not in time. Down in the count, 1-2 is Herchok. So 1-2 delivery coming as Trinidad has what he wants. Lights on here at Cavalier Field, a few high clouds overhead. As that one's driven into the right field gap. Here comes a runner, and the throw home, bounces and gets away from Isaiah Velasco. The overthrow home, and that will score 2 runs. So in steps Bryce Hampton. Want to know the count to Hampton as we go back to work. 2 runs scored, so Derby strikes early again, just like last night. But rather, instead of 4 runs in the first, Derby was held scoreless tonight. Derby with 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third, and 3 in the fourth last night was the primary scoring that Derby did. The A's did not score. They scored all of their runs in the third and fourth, and it was the fourth with the grand slam by Grant Weisermans that gave the A's hope at the time. That pitch was fouled off, and that evens a count at 1 apiece. Pitch inside, throw down to third. Murphy can't handle it. So runner now just 90 feet away. Two and one, the count on Hampton. The A's trying to limit the damage and get 2 more outs. Three and one, the count to Bryce Hampton for the Derby Twins. 2 runs have scored so far in this inning. The 3-1 pitch misses low, and that will put runners on the corners. So in steps Darwin Ferreira. And we will have a mound visit from pitching coach Chris Isaac. So we will step aside during this mound visit. We'll be back with action after this. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. So a 1-0 count on Darwin Ferreira. Has runners on the corners for the Derby Twins. That pitch popped up and will fall foul and evens the count at 1 apiece. Ferreira hit in the 9-hole for the Derby Twins last night. 1 hit, 1 run driven in, and struck out twice. The 1-1 delivery as Trinidad looks Hampton back over to first, and nothing doing on that one. Throw down to second, and they'll go back to home, and he is thrown out on the 2-4-2. That will be another out for the Derby Twins. And it appears that there has now been an ejection of the first base coach for the Derby Twins. Well, there was fireworks to end the game against the Western Nebraska Pioneers that ended in an ejection. of the Pioneers coach, and now an ejection of the Derby Twins first base coach. So, that is that, and we will go back to work. I say that, and the umpires are still looking at the dugout, because I don't think the coach has left the dugout yet. Well, now he's out of the dugout and leaving the ballpark as per the rules. And we will go to work. So a 1-2 count on Ferreira after Hampton stole over to second. And that one will pull the string, and that will be strikeout number 4. That will end the inning, and that will bring up Mora, Chavez, and Miller due when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Seven, 8, and 9 due up for your Dodge City A's as they trail 2-0 after the Derby Twins plate 2 in the top of the second. It is Morris, Chavez, and Miller set to go to the plate here. Quaro still on the mound for the Derby Twins as that pitch catches the outer part of the zone and has Mora down in the count 0-1. Zach Mora with 4 appearances last night, struck out twice. Pitch again on that outer edge and down in the count quickly 0-2 is Zach Mora. The 0-2 delivery hit sharply at the first baseman, and Birdsall will take it on his own for out number 1. So Matthew Chavez getting his first at bat for the Dodge City A's. Normally a pitcher getting work at the plate tonight. The pitch high and inside for ball number 1. As I said, Chavez normally a pitcher, but sometimes it's fun to get a few swings in. The 1-0 delivery right down the middle, but left high for ball number 2. Two 2-0 delivery coming up from Aquaro. That one's sent high. It's headed out into shallow left center field, but ranging in is Navarro for out number 1. Actually, out number 2. In steps Remington Miller. Miller came in relief last night as well. Struck out in his lone at bat for the A's last night. That pitch well outside. Check swing for ball number 1. Count runs to 2-0 as that one's delivered outside as well. Pitch on that outer edge again. The favorite strike zone tonight. 2-1. Saquaro comes set. Chopper to the shortstop, Hampton. Fielded throw to first, off the bag, but gets his foot down in time, and that will end the inning as the A's will go 1-2-3. We're headed to the top of the third. The Twins lead 2-0. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Steven Trinidad back on the mound for your Dodge City A's. Set to face 1, 2, and 3 for the Derby Twins. Steven Trinidad, 5'11", 195, played at Highlands, Illinois Community College. Originally comes from Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. So back at the top of the order for the Derby Twins, it is Navarro leading off. Makani Navarro, 5'11", 170, played at Cuesta Community College from Bolton, California. Wano misses outside, and that makes it 2-0. The 3-0 pitch coming. Called strike, makes it 3-1 to Navarro. Navarro was hit by pitch his last time up. Pitch swung on and missed, and the count runs full. payoff pitch from Steven Trinidad. Grounded up the first base line, fielded by Sharples, and out number 1. Just like that, one away. And for the first time in this ball game, the leadoff runner not aboard for the Derby Twins. In steps Braden Lucart. Lucart 0 for 1. He struck out swinging his last time up. Lucart played at Wichita State, comes from St. Louis, Missouri. And the count is now 1-0. Pitch fouled back into the net. That will even the count at 1 apiece. Lucart, a lefty, on the roster as a left-handed pitcher and outfielder for the Derby Twins. Playing left field tonight. Is that pitch outside for ball 2. Two and 0 the count on Luke, or 2-1, sorry. That pitch. This is outside, and it's 3-1. No work currently in either bullpen. Steven Trinidad with 44 pitches so far. 24 of them have been strikes. The 3-1 delivery, called strike, and the count runs full again. Another payoff pitch coming from Trinidad. One's delivered low, and that will put one on for the Twins with one away. So in steps Mitchell Birdsall. Birdsall, the first baseman tonight for the Twins. Got caught looking his last time up. He got caught in the strike him out, throw him out that ended the top of the first for the Twins. That pitch just off the outer edge. For ball number 1. Two and 0 the count to Birdsall. That pitch is called strike over the inner half of the plate. Birdsall, a catcher, 6'3", 200, played at the University of Kansas, comes from Morgan Hill, California. That pitch outside. Count runs to 3-1. The 3-1 delivery from Trinidad. Kicks, fires, swung on, and comes up empty. Does Birdsall, and just like that, for the third batter in a row, the count runs full. The payoff pitch again. Trinidad takes a look over at first, comes set. Payoff pitch delivered. It's swung on. Well, I don't know if you really heard that, but I believe it was batter's interference called. So the runner out as well, and just like that, that will end the inning as we head to the bottom of the third. It will be the top of the order due up for your A's. Hayes, Weisermans, and Murphy due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. In steps Ryan Hayes back at the top of the order for your Dodge City A's as he takes the first pitch on the outer edge for strike number one. Ryan Hayes, the 5'10", 170-pounder infielder, comes from Arkansas State University, calls New Orleans, Louisiana home, and that pitch misses for ball one, evens a count at one apiece. 1-1 delivery, delivered outside. Count now 2-1. Ryan Hayes averaging .205 for the Dodge City A's so far this season as that pitch called strike evens a count at two apiece. The 2-2 delivery by Aquaro driven out into right center field. Hayes rounding second. The throw in, not in time, and a stand-up double. That brings in Grant Weisermans. Weiserman's a single his last time up. Of course, Grant, 5'9", 175, played at Westmont in California, playing his freshman season this year. Originally comes from Murrieta, California. So a runner on in scoring position for your Dodge City A's. And just the second hit of the ball game. Weisermans takes that. It's driven high and deep. It's going to the left field wall. It's gone. Back-to-back nights with home runs for Grant Weiserman. And it is a two-run shot tonight to even the game at two apiece. Grant Weiserman sends that one high and deep, and it goes to the land of good and plenty as he says goodbye and touches them all. And just like that, it is a 2-2 ball game, and in steps Nate Murphy. Murphy got on an error his last time up. Nate Murphy, 5'11", 185, played for Northeast Oklahoma, finished his freshman campaign, comes from Bixby, Oklahoma. Takes the first pitch he sees outside for ball one. Murphy batting at .263 on the season so far for the Dodge City A's. The 1-0 delivery coming from Aquaro, as that one's chopped now to the third baseman, Pantier. The throw to first in time, and one away for the A's. So in steps now Isaiah Velasco. Velasco got caught looking his last time up. Isaiah Velasco finished his junior season at Cal Berkeley this last year. 6', 180, comes from Sylmar, California. Isaiah batting .226 on the season. Fouls that one off, and down in the count, 0-1. Okay, so the count's 1-0. Well, add it to the list of confusion because the umpire showed 1-0, then it corrected and went to 0-1 as Velasco swings and misses on that one. And down in the count, 0-2. The A's 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. The Derby Twins 2 runs on 2 hits and an error for them as well. The A's left them loaded in the bottom of the first. That pitch misses for ball one. 1-2 the count for the catcher Velasco. Aquaro comes set. Delivers. It's sent up the elevator chute. And Hampton calling for it, and he'll have it, as that will be out number 2. So in steps Carson Johnson. Johnson played his junior season at UT Permian Basin. 5'10", 180, comes from Carl Junction, Missouri. Johnson got caught looking his last time up as the A's went down after Aquaro struck out the side. And that pitch in for ball number 1. Johnson batting .225 for the A's. .1-0 delivery. Catches the inner part of the zone and evens a count at 1 apiece. One delivery on the horizon. This is outside and low, makes it 2-1. So the A's in another non-league game here tonight against the Derby Twins. They return to league action tomorrow night as the Game Day Angels come to town for a 3-game series. That pitch swung on and missed, and that will even the count at 2 apiece. Clouds breaking up overhead and sun coming out. 2-2 delivery. Is that a fly ball that will go out into right center field, rolls up to the wall. Johnson in easily with a stand-up double. So in steps C.D. Sharples. Sharples hit, went down on strikes. It was a foul tip. That was out number 3. So after the A's got 3 on and loaded the bases, they went strikeout, strikeout, strikeout to end the first inning. C.D. Sharples, 6 foot 220, played at Northwest Nazarene, finished his sophomore campaign, comes from Post Falls, Idaho. First pitch, this is low for ball number 1. Sharples batting .267 on the season for the Dodge City A's. 1-0 delivery from Aquaro as he takes a long look at second. And he'll turn around and look Carson Johnson back. Aquaro delivers in. It was high, but fouled off, and that will even the count at 1 apiece. 2-2 ball game after the 2-run home run by Grant Weiserman's, his 6th home run of the season for the Dodge City A's. One delivery. Aquaro again looks back at second. Fires in, and it is sent into foul territory and caught by Pantier as he was ranging over towards the A's bullpen. That will end the inning. The A's strand another one. We're headed to the top of the 4th. It is 2-2. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Steven Trinidad returning to the mound for the Dodge City A's. He comes in an 0-1 pitching record on the season, making his 3rd appearance. So Holden Pantier in for the Derby Twins, who singled his last time up. Takes first pitch for a ball. 1-0 delivery from Trinidad, catching that inner part of the zone, and that will even the count at 1 apiece. The 1-1 pitch. Delivered high, and the count runs to 2-1. Four, 5, and 6 set to swing it here in the 4th for the Derby Twins. That one chopped, fielded by Murphy. Throw to first. Sharples digs it out, and that will be out number 1. In steps Kyler Warren. Warren struck out Got caught swinging his last time up. First pitch to Warren. High and inside for ball number 1. Catcher Gutierrez stands in the on-deck circle. Looks like Garrett Martin going to the bullpen for the Dodge City A's as that pitch called strike, evens a count at 1 apiece. Nobody on and 1 away for the Twins, and that one's delivered low outside. Count moves to 2-1. Pitch called strike. Evens the count at 2 apiece. It looks like some stretching getting started in the bullpen for the Derby Twins. Nothing really active at this point. 2-2 delivery. This is outside, and the count runs full to Warren. The payoff pitch coming from Trinidad. Catches the inner part of the zone and freezes Warren for out number 2. So in steps Gutierrez. He was hit by pitch. Remember, he wore that one in the back of the helmet his last time up. First pitch right down Broadway for strike number 1. So Gutierrez made the trip down to first, and then the Twins elected to go with courtesy runner Aiden O'Malley. As that pitch right down the middle again and has Gutierrez down 0-2. Nobody on and 2 out for the Twins. Trinidad has his sign and come set. Swung on and fouled off. Count remains 0-2. The 0-2 delivery. Just off the outer edge, maybe a little bit low as well. Makes the count 2-1 or 1-2. Steven Trinidad, 66 pitches, 36 have been strikes. That pitch over the head of Gutierrez and having deja vu. Nonetheless, the count now even at 2 apiece. Two swung on and missed. Gutierrez comes up empty on that one. That'll end the top of the 4th. More Chavez and Miller due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Zach Moore is set to lead off for the Dodge City A's as Harrison Aquaro back out for his fourth inning of work for the Derby Twins. Zach Moore grounded out his last time up. 5'11", 175, played his freshman campaign at Westmont, comes from Moore Park, California. First pitch, Moore takes it. It's headed down the right field side, and it will fall into the glove. A waist-high catch by the first baseman, Birdsall, for out number one. So in steps Matthew Chavez. Chavez flew out his last time up. 6'3", 195. Plays not sure right now as the college that he was playing for abruptly ended their season in March. Currently uncommitted. Comes from Lancaster, California. Just finished his junior season. The 1-0 pitch. Again goes to that outside edge to even the count at one apiece. Aquaro, 52 pitches, 35 have been strikes as that one down the middle and on the upper half to get Chavez down 1-2. Aquaro with the 1-2 delivery, kicks and fires, and it's chopped up the third base side and foul. Count remains 1-2. Ooh, Chavez goes down to a knee. He'll swing and miss, and that will be out number 2. As in steps Remington Miller. Miller grounded out his last time up. 5'10", 170. Scratch that. 5'8", 175. Committed to Barton County Community College. Played as a high school senior for Dodge City High School this past season. Comes from Dodge City as well. The 1-0 pitch delivered on the outside edge. 1-0 delivery coming from Aquaro is a little toss and catch occurring down in the bullpen for the Twins. A throw to first is errant by the third baseman Pantier, and it will get into the bullpen, and that will be an error. So in steps Nyan Hayes as the A's return back to the top of the order. Nyan Hayes steps in, having scored 11 runs so far this season. He is 1 for 1 in the ball game, a double and a walk. The throw down to second was not in time, and we'll go back to work. Is that pitch driven out to left field, dropped by the left fielder that will score a run. And the A's now lead this one 3-2. Back-to-back errors. So a 2-2 count now to Eric Mendoza hitting for Grant Weisermans. Defensive changes for the A's out in left field. Now Nate Murphy, Eric Mendoza now at third, and Remington Miller out in right field as well. Steven Trinidad returns for his fifth inning of work as Nolan Herchok, set to lead off, singled his last time up. Takes first pitch for ball. 1-0 delivery, again towards that outside edge, but called strike. That will even the count at 1 apiece. So that pitch is swung on and missed by Herchok. He's down in the count 1-2. Twins trail to the A's for the first time in this series, as that one is low. Evens a count at 2 apiece to Herchok. Garrett Martin still down in the bullpen for the Dodge City A's. Shadows starting to cast from left to right across the field. Pitch is delivered outside, and the count runs full. So it is 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Twins as they are completing their second trip through the batting order here in the top of the fifth. That one's fouled off, and the count remains full. So we'll do the payoff again, coming from Steven Trinidad. Has his sign come set. Delivers, catches Herchok looking on the outside edge. One away for the Derby Twins. So in steps Bryce Hampton. Hampton is 0 for 0. Walked on his first time up. We've worked our way into the top of the fifth inning here in Dodge City. A 3-2 ball game in favor of the Dodge City A's. Two and 0, the count on Hampton. Trinidad now at 77 pitches. 41 have been in for strikes. 2-0 delivery. Chopped foul back into the net. Count moves to 2 and 1. Good crowd on hand for some Sunday night baseball here at Cavalier Field, as that one high and inside over Hampton's head, and the count moves to 3 and 1. Several fans over in the party pavilion as well. The 3-1 delivery misses high, and that will put a runner on for the Twins. In steps Darwin Ferreira. He got caught looking his last time up. Ferreira takes the first pitch for strike over the outer edge. Falls down in the count, 0 and 1. 1 on, 1 out for the Twins. They've stranded just one base runner so far through the first 4 innings. The 0-1 comes inside and low to even the count at 1 apiece. One pitch coming up. Trinidad takes a look over at Hampton at first. Delivers high outside, and the count moves to 2 and 1. Two 2-1 delivery, high again, makes it 3 and 1. Trinidad laboring a little bit here in the fifth. by far his longest outing for the Dodge City A's as he came into today's game having pitched just 2 2/3 innings. Three-one coming up here. Swung on and missed does Ferreira, and that will run the count full. Ferreira was swinging for the fences on that one, but came up empty. Trinidad shakes one off, but gets one that he wants. Takes a look over at first. Comes set. The payoff pitch as the runner goes, and that will be a walk to Ferreira. Trinidad pitched his first outing against the Hayes Larks back on June the 5th, went an inning and a third, allowing 5 runs on 5 hits and walking 2 in that outing. Also pitched against the Western Nebraska Pioneers, that back on June the 14th, got the start in that game. Went an inning and a third there as well, giving up 7 runs on 5 hits, walking 3 and striking out 2. So, as I said, by far the longest outing so far for Steven Trinidad is a 1-0 pitch by Navarro, driven out to left field for out number 2. Both runners stay at their positions at first and second. Ferrer at first, Hampton at second. In steps Braden Lukehart. Lukehart walked on his last time up. The A's holding a 3-2 lead. The first pitch to Lukehart misses outside for ball 1. One 0 pitch. Called strike on the upper part of the zone, and that will even the count at 1 apiece. Some would say that was a strike at the letters. The 1-1 fouled off. It'll roll back to the backstop. And the count moves to 1-2 on Lukehart. Lukehart struck out and has walked on. Currently down in the count, 1-2. That pitch driven out to center field, and Nyan Hayes there to haul that one down. That will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. It will be Nate Murphy, Isaiah Velasco, and Carson Johnson due up for your Dodge City A's when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Nate Murphy steps in to face a new pitcher for the Derby Twins, Alejandro Venegas. Venegas, the right-handed pitcher, comes from Coach Ice Community College, 6'2", 180, comes from San Luis, Arizona. 1-0 delivery is taken and sent out to right field. Ranging back is Hertzschock. Has it on the warning track for out number 1. Isaiah Velasco steps up to the plate now. He's 0 for 2, flew out his last time up. A's working their third trip through the batting order. So we've worked our way into the bottom of the 5th inning. Pitch catches the outer, or rather inner part of the zone for strike number 1 to Isaiah Velasco. Pitch. This is outside. Velasco takes that one. It's cut off by the second baseman, and the throw to first barely in time. Velasco digging for that one, even high-stepped it, trying to beat the tag, but out number 2. So in steps Carson Johnson. He's 1 for 2, doubled his last time up. First pitch to Johnson, a high fly ball, but it will twist and fall foul for strike 1. Oh, 1 delivery coming. Venegas delivers low for ball 1. One. Catches the zone and gets Johnson down in the count, 1-2. Nobody on and 2 away for the Dodge City A's. So Venegas has his sign, delivers, bounces it home to even the count at 1 apiece, or 2 apiece. Two delivery was fouled off. Count remains 2-2. Pitch missing outside. Carson Johnson working a full count. So we'll see the first payoff pitch coming from Alejandro Venegas. Still looking in, has his sign come set. Payoff pitch delivered. It's hit and sent foul out of play to our right We'll see it again. Payoff pitch again. Misses inside this time and puts a runner aboard. Carson Johnson draws the walk on the payoff pitch. In steps C.D. Sharple. Sharple's fouled, tipped, and flew out. Set to face Venegas with one on and two away for the A's. First pitch misses low for ball one. One 0 again outside makes it 2-0. Delivery. Misses again outside. Three straight out of the zone from Venegas. And after Carson Johnson drew the walk, we're one pitch away from putting runners on first and second. Throw back over to first, not in time. .30 delivery. Catches the upper part of the zone, and the count moves to 3-1. .31 delivery. Johnson with the lead off at first, misses outside, and that'll put runners on. Back-to-back walks issued by the Derby Twins pitching staff. And Gutierrez is going to go out and have a conversation with Venegas. Zach Morris stands in the on-deck circle for the Dodge City A's. So after a mound visit between Gutierrez and Venegas, we'll go back to work. In steps Carson Johnson. He's 0 for 2. Flew out his last time up. The A's looking to add here as they've stranded 5 through the first 4 innings that they have been at the plate. Johnson sends that one. It's headed out to right field, but Herchuk there to pull it down, and that will end the inning. The A's strand 2 more as we're headed to the top of the 6th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Garrett Martin on the mound now for the Dodge City A's as Birdsall swings and misses, cut off by Carson Johnson. A deep hit ball, and that will be a leadoff single. A sliding stop by Carson Johnson. Otherwise, that very well could have been an extra bases hit. In steps Holden Pantier. Pantier's at 1 for 2, grounded out his last time up. The Derby Twins working their third trip through the batting order. 3, 4, and 5 due up this inning for them. 1 on with nobody out. That pitch catches the zone for strike number 1. Sun beginning the process of setting here in Dodge City. As you can see the shadows across the field. Pitch high and inside, and that will even the count at 1 apiece. Swung on and missed does Pantier. Down in the count, 1 and 2. Pitch low, gets through the legs of Velasco, and that will move a runner over to second as the count evens itself at 2 apiece. Garrett Martin making his 6th appearance for the Dodge City A's. Comes in with a 2-1 record. The 2-2 delivery swung on. It'll be a drop, strike 3. The throw down to first will complete the out. And that will be out number 1. So in steps Kyler Warren. Warren has struck out both times he's been at the plate. Once swinging and once looking. First pitch misses a little bit low for ball number 1. One-0 delivery from Martin. Takes a look back at second. Comes inside, and that will even the count at 1 apiece. Worked our way into the top of the 6th. The Twins scored their 2 runs in the top of the 2nd as that pitch was fouled off. So the 2 runs by the Twins in the 2nd, 2 runs, 3 hits, 3 errors. They have stranded 3. The A's with 2 runs in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. They have stranded 7. The 1-2 delivery. Grounded at the third baseman, Mendoza, as it gets by him, and that will put runners on the corners. So runners on the corners, and the error by the third baseman, Mendoza. Ball 1 to the catcher, Gutierrez. Gutierrez 0 for 1. He was hit by pitch and struck out swinging. Gutierrez pops that one. It'll go foul and fall out of play, which will even the count at 1 apiece. The A's in game 14 of the season, they fell to 6-7 in the 15-6 loss last night to these very same Derby Twins. The A's, with a win tonight, can even the record back at 500. That pitch, a beautiful bender on the front door side, and that will move the count to 1-2. So the loss last night in non-league standings actually moved the A's to 1-3 in the non-league side. That pitch driven through the right side gap, that will score a run, and we have a tie ball game at 3 apiece. Puts runners on first and second for the Derby Twins, and in steps Nolan Herchok. Herchok 1 for 2, got caught looking his last time up. 2 on, 1 away for the Derby Twins here in the top of the 6th, as they have knotted another run and evened this game at 3. That pitch misses high, and now 1-0, the count to Nolan Herchok. Herchok, the right fielder tonight for the Derby Twins. That pitch swung on and missed, and that will even the count at 1 apiece. It's been a while since we've taken a look, so let's look at the defensive alignment for your Dodge City A's. Left to right in the outfield, Nate Murphy, Shannon Martin, Remington Miller. Third to first across the infield, Eric Mendoza, Carson Johnson, Zach Mora, and C.D. Sharples. Garrett Martin on the mound, and Isaiah Velasco battery behind home plate. The count 2-1 now to Nolan Herchok. That pitch again misses high, and it makes it 3-1. Derby Twins, 3 runs on 4 hits, 3 errors. Your A's, 3 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors. Swung on and coming up empty is Herchok, and the count runs full. Payoff pitch coming from Martin, the lefty on the mound. Works from the third base side of the rubber. Has his sign. Comes set. The payoff pitch. Runners go. Swung on. The strike him out. Throw him out. No. Carson Johnson upset with himself. He thought he had the tag, but runners now at second and third and 2 away. Head coach Dakota Young goes out. He's asking for some answers, as the entire home stand thought that a tag was applied and the strike him out, throw him out had been done. But nonetheless, call stands. Runners on second and third with 2 away. In steps Bryce Hampton for the Twins. Hampton has walked on both times he's been at the plate. First pitch to Hampton on the upper part of the zone for strike 1. 0-1 pitch goes outside and misses to even the count at 1 apiece. A slow roller up the third base side, fielded by Mendoza, and no play. Another run scores, and the Twins now lead this one 4-3. Runners on the corners. 2 runs have scored as the Twins lead it 4-3. Smart play by Eric Mendoza. Slow roller up the third base side, but very smart heads-up baseball to just eat it rather than try to make the throw and it being an errant throw. First pitch to Ferreira, a high fly ball, and Nate Murphy there to pull it down. That will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. It is a 4-3 ball game. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Eight, 9, and 1. Chavez, Miller, and Shannon Martin due up for your Dodge City A's. So in steps Matthew Chavez. Chavez 0-2. Struck out swinging his last time up. First at bats of the season here tonight for Mr. Chavez as Venegas returns to the mound for the Derby Twins. First pitch in to Chavez, misses outside for ball number 1. The 1-0 delivery. Misses low, makes it 2-0. Two-0 pitch. Called strike on the inner edge. Count moves to 3-1 on Chavez. Worked our way into the bottom of the 6th inning. The Twins, 2 runs in the 2nd, 2 runs in the 6th. The A's, 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. Pitch Pitching the lower part of the zone, and the count runs full to Chavez. Payoff pitch coming from Venegas. Chavez fouls it off to stay alive. We'll do it over again. Venegas with 25 pitches so far in this ball game, 12 in 4 strikes. Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming to Chavez. A high chopper. It's headed up the middle, fielded by the shortstop Hampton. Throw to first in time for out number 1. In steps Remington Miller. Miller's 1 for 2. He singled his last time up. So the A's in their 3rd trip through the batting order right now. Miller takes that one, chops it to the shortstop, and it is misplayed. So another error by the Derby Twins, and Remington Miller aboard for the 2nd time. So in steps Shannon Martin. Martin getting his first at bat of the ball game. Took over in center field a couple innings ago. First pitch he sees is sent foul. Oh, and 1 the count on Martin. Pitch misses low. Count evens itself at 1 apiece. Two and 1, the count to Martin. The A's trailing 4-3 after they took the lead in the bottom of the 4th. So the Twins scored first in the 2nd. The A's answered back to tie it up at 2. Martin swings and comes up empty, and that will even the count at 2 apiece. Two delivery. There goes the runner. And ball thrown down wide to the 3rd base side. A stolen base. And the count runs full. Payoff pitch coming from Venegas. Comes set. A high fly ball. It's headed out into left center field. It is gone. A 2-run shot for Shannon Martin, and the A's regain the lead. Martin sends that one out and says farewell as he'll touch them all. And the A's now lead this one 5-4. The even more impressive fact, the 2 runs tonight by the Dodge City A's. Wind, a little bit of a factor, not the hardest that the wind has ever blown here at Cavalier Field by any stretch of the imagination. So in steps Eric Mendoza. Mendoza 0 for 1. He got caught looking his last time up. Takes the first pitch for ball number 1. The 1-0. Grounded by Mendoza. Fielded by the second baseman Ferreira. Throw to first in time. And now 2 away. So the A's working there now. 4th trip through the batting order. In steps Nate Murphy, and he is 0 for 3. Flew out to right. Nolan Herchuk pulling that one down just on the warning track. The last at bat by Nate Murphy. First pitch. Murphy swings and comes up empty for strike number 1. The A's regained the lead. The long ball propelling the defense tonight for the Dodge City A's. 2-run shots by both Grant Weisermans and Shannon Martin have given the A's the lead again. Pitch missing, evens a count at 1 apiece. Venegas delivers inside, and the count moves to 2-1. Nate sends that one. It's a fly ball. It'll drop out in right center field. A single. And in steps the catcher, Isaiah Velasco. Velasco's 0 for 3. Grounded out his last time up. So the A's in business. They've already scored 2 and another runner on. Now at first. Velasco steps in as Venegas comes set. Pitch comes inside. There goes Murphy. The throw down. Not in time. So a wild pitch. One 0. Isaiah sends it to the second baseman Ferreira. They'll throw to first, and that will end the inning. The A's score 2 and lead it 5-4. Garrett Odie set to take over the mound for your Dodge City A's as they have a new lease on life, leading 5-4. The first pitch to Navarro gets down in left center field, and that will be a stand-up double. Leadoff runner aboard for the Derby Twins, and in steps Braden Lukehart. Lukehart's 0 for 2, flew out his last time up. First pitch catches the outer edge, called strike. Down in the count, 0-1. The 0-1 delivery coming from Odie. Swung on and missed. Down in the count, 0-2 is Lukehart. Garrett Odie with 4 innings pitched, a 2.25 ERA. Pitch misses outside, makes it 1-2. So the 1-2 delivery, as Odie definitely takes a while to look in and get his sign. Throws in, another one delivered out towards left field, but Nate Murphy there to haul that one in and one away. One on, one out for the Derby Twins, and in steps Mitchell Birdsall. Birdsall's 1 for 3. He singled his last time up. Birdsall with the swing and a miss. Down in the count, 0-1. Sun setting here at Cavalier Field as that pitch misses and evens a count at 1 apiece. One pitch coming from Odie. Fouled off to the first base side, and Birdsall falls down in the count, 1-2. Runner goes, that swung on and missed. So Birdsall goes down on strikes, and Navarro makes the move over to third. In steps Holden Pantier. Pantier's 1 for 3. A dropped strike 3 his last time up. A's trying to keep their momentum going here as that one's missed outside for ball 1. Odie stepping off saying, that's on me. I know I made a mistake. So we'll go back to work. 1-0 count on Pantier. A high fly ball. It's headed out towards right field. Remington Miller lost it, and that will score a run as we have a tie ball game. So a runner in scoring position again after the double by Pantier, and in steps Kyler Warren. Warren's 0 for 3. Got on an error his last time up. So another tie in this ball game. Game's tied at 5 apiece. 5 runs, 7 hits for each team. Twins with 4 errors, the A's with 2. The A's have stranded 8 runners so far in this ball game. That pitch on the outer edge, called strike, evens a count at 1 apiece. One delivery. Odie fires off the outer edge for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 away for the Derby Twins. And the pitch misses outside, makes it 3-1. A 3-1 delivery coming up from Odie. On the inner half of the plate. And the count runs full. So Odie mixing up locations, trying to keep the batters at bay as the payoff pitch coming here. The 3-2 delivery goes foul as Warren was a little late to that one. The count remains full. Warren fouls that one off again. One of the longer at-bats that has been worked here in this ball game. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming to Kyler Warren. Grounded and goes through the gap on the left side as that is an RBI single. In steps the catcher Gutierrez. 2 runs in for the Derby Twins in this inning as they lead this one 6-5. Gutierrez singled his last time up. That one's grounded through the middle and running, digging for third is Warren. He'll be in safely. Runners on the corners. Here comes pitching coach Chris Isaac, and we're going to have a mound visit. The A's struggling on the mound here. We'll take this opportunity. Let's thank our Grand Slam sponsors, the City of Dodge City and Ford County, Community Foundation of Southwest Kansas, Curbs Law Office LLC, and Lewis Automotive Group. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. Then we have our home run sponsors, Cargill Meat Solutions, Dodge City Kenworth, Dodge City YMCA, EDF Renewables, Ford County Farm Bureau Association, I Don't Care Family Restaurant and Sports Bar, Jimmy John's, Parker Haskins Insurance Incorporated, Rabine Brothers Law Firm, Service Master Rapid Response, Tommy's Express Car Wash, and the Victory Electric Cooperative Association. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. Nolan Herchok steps in after that mound visit. He's 1 for 3. Struck out swinging his last time up. Fouls off the first pitch he sees. Down in the count, 0-1. So the A's, after they fell behind early 2-0, as that pitch driven out to right field, and it is gone. And a collision on the right field wall. Remington Miller still down. A 3-run home run by Nolan Herchok. And it is 9-5 Twins, but a hard collision at between the U and I of the Conquistadors on the right field wall. Remington Miller still on the ground at this point. So we'll take a step aside. We'll tell you about his condition when we come back. And, well, there he is getting up. So Remington Miller is at least up for now. Nonetheless, it was a hard collision on that wall. Well, the good news is Remington Miller's up. He's going to stay in the ball game. So we will go back to work. It is a 9-5 ball game. And in steps Bryce Hampton. Hampton, the 8th batter of the inning for the Derby Twins. The 1-0 pitch misses low, makes it 2-0. Pitch is a strike. 2-1, the count to Hampton. Hampton singled his last time up. Hampton trying to join the hit parade that has been this inning as he comes up empty and the count evens itself at 2 apiece. Odie delivers, it's low, and the count runs full. Chopped to the shortstop Johnson, throw to first, in time, and that will end the inning. It is stretch time in Dodge City. We're headed to the bottom of the 7th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Carson Johnson leads off the bottom of the 7th. Sends one right back up the middle, and C.D. Sharples now at bat. Takes first pitch he sees. Swing and a miss for strike number 1. Sharples 0 for 2, walked on his last time up. One and one, the count on Sharples. Wild pitch moved Carson Johnson over to second. I'm not sure how you don't call that a balk, but nonetheless, the count moves to 1 and 2. 1-2 delivery. Ball outside and low, and the count evens itself at 2 apiece. Well, the kids definitely having fun here at Cavalier Field. As that pitch, again, outside and low, makes it a full count. Payoff pitch coming from the new pitcher, Kenny Fissler. The payoff pitch. Chopped, and it will be fielded by the shortstop. Throw to first is thrown low. Fissler may have sprained his ankle as the shortstop Hampton was ranging in hard. So another error by the Derby Twins. That throws clean, he's out. Just a hard play. If it's clean, he's out. Right? I know. In steps Zach Moore, runners on the corners, and he'll send the first one. It's a fly ball fielded by the second baseman Ferreira, and out number 1. Runners on the corners. So Dominic Roberts will pinch hit for Matthew Chavez. So Roberts, 5'9", 190, a catcher and outfielder on the roster, played at Lake Erie, finished his sophomore season there from Mishawaka, Indiana. Dominic Roberts getting his first at-bats of the night, and the first pitch into him for ball 1. Runners on the corners with 1 away for the Dodge City A's. They trail 9-5. Pitch is in for strike number one. The A's are within one. The Panthers hit, or sorry, not Panthers, I'm thinking Derby Panthers. The Derby Twins scored 2, and then the 3-run home run over the right field wall made it a 5-run inning for the Derby Twins, as that pitch is popped up foul and out of play, or popped up foul, fielded by the first baseman, and out number 2. So runners remain on the corners, and in steps Remington Miller. Miller's 1 for 3. Got on an error his last time up. Big swing by Remington, trying to cut into this lead. Down in the count, 0-1. Pitch called strike on the outer edge, and Miller now down 0-2. 0-2 pitch coming from Fissler. Swung on and just missed off the end of the bat, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the top of the 8th. The A's trail 9-5. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Chasten Keck takes over the mound for the Dodge City A's. Keck, 6'5", 190, played his sophomore season here at Dodge City Community College. Currently uncommitted, but has offers to move on. The first pitch in to Darlo Fiera for strike number 1. That one's swung and missed, and down in the count quickly, 0-2. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and out number 1. Chasten Keck tonight, coming into tonight, has pitched 8 innings, a .12 ERA as that pitch to Navarro in for ball number 1. Little excuse me is fielded by the second baseman. The throw to first in time. Mora had to charge on that one. And a quick throw. Nope. That is actually Remington Miller that is in at second. So Zach Mora has moved over to shortstop. Remington Miller at second. And it looks like Carson Johnson has moved to right. Holden Pantier at the plate for the Derby Twins. A 1-2 count as they added another. And that pitch in for strike. That will end the inning. The the Derby Twins, plate one, lead this one 10-5. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back in to Cavalier Field. Shannon Martin set to face off. A new pitcher on the mound for the Derby Twins. It is Luis Diaz. A swing and a miss by Martin. He's down in the count 0-1. That pitch misses off the outer edge and evens a count at 1 apiece. So the A's, after a back-and-forth affair, have seen the Twins take over in the later innings as they've scored 6 in the last 2 half frames they've been at bat. 2-1 the count. To Shannon Martin, and he sends a fly ball. It's going to left field, and it is over the left field wall. Back-to-back home runs and back-to-back at-bats for Shannon Martin. It sure didn't look like it, but it clears the left field wall, and that will score another as Martin touches them all and says goodbye to that one. So here comes a pinch hitter. It will be Tyler McAvoy. So after a rough night defensively for Eric Mendoza, Tyler McAvoy steps in as a pinch hitter here in the bottom of the 8th. A's trail 10-6. The Twins, 10 runs, 11 hits. They have committed 5 errors. The Athletics, 6 runs on 9 hits, 3 errors. Tyler McAvoy with his first at bat of the night fouls that one off and down in the count 0-1. That pitch comes in, catches the outer edge of the zone, and McAvoy quickly down 0-2. Tyler McAvoy played at Westmont, finished his freshman season. 6'1", 210 on the roster as a catcher, comes from Fontana, California. Pitch in for a ball, moves the count to 1-2. Two and two now the count. Diaz delivers, and they say he goes around. McAvoy down on strikes for out number 1. And here comes Nate Murphy. Murphy 1 for 4, singled his last time up. Murphy's batting .263 on the season for the Dodge City A's. Takes that one and fouls it off, and down in the count 0-1. A's trail 10-6. They're down to their final 5 outs. They need to cut into this lead some more. Murphy goes around on that one. He's down 0-2. Murphy sends that one back up the middle, fielded by the shortstop. Throw to first in time, out number 2. In steps Isaiah Velasco. Velasco's 0 for 4 on the evening, grounded out his last time up. Nobody on and 2 away for the A's as Velasco takes first pitch down low for ball number 1. The 1-0 swung on and missed, evens account at 1 apiece. So the A's and Derby Twins in the second game and final of this non-league series. That pitch in and misses, and it's now 2-1. 3-1 the count to Velasco. Diaz comes set, delivers high and outside, and that'll put a runner on. Approaching the 3-hour mark for this ball game as Carson Johnson steps in. He's 2 for 3. A double and a single with a walk. Pitch low. Gutierrez pops up, showing a little bit of frustration at his pitcher. 1-0 delivery coming from Diaz. Takes a look over at first. A hard throw, but missing low. Makes it 2-0 to Johnson. 2 out, 1 on for the Dodge City A's. Swung on and missed. Count moves to 2-1. Velasco was getting a little bit of a lead, but not the biggest by far of any A's runner. Steps out to the cutout. That pitch in and low makes it 3-1. Looks like Nate Murphy's getting throws down in the bullpen. That pitch in for a strike. The payoff pitch coming from Diaz. A fly ball, it's headed down the right field side, but is hauled in by Herchuk. That will end the inning. The A's strand another one. We're headed to the top of the ninth. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back in to Cavalier Field as we head to the top of the ninth. The A's trailing 9-6. Chasten Keck back out for his second inning of work for the Dodge City A's. So defensively, Tyler McAvoy will take over at third for the Dodge City A's. And you know what? For good measure, left to right in the outfield, Nate Murphy, Shannon Martin, Carson Johnson. Third to first across the infield, Tyler McAvoy, Zach Moore, Remington Miller, and C.D. Sharples. Keck on the mound and Velasco behind the plate as the first pitch from Keck to Warren in for strike number one, and that one's fouled off. Down in the count quickly, 0-2. Warren 1 for 4, single to his last time up. That pitch over the head of Warren, and count moves to 1-2. Keck working from the first base side of the rubber. Off the end of the barrel, and it will go foul and out of play into the land of nothingness. Count remains 1-2. Another pitch over the head of Warren. As we now approach the 3-hour mark. Pitch grounded to Mora. The throw to first in time, and the leadoff runner retired for the Derby Twins. In steps the catcher Gutierrez. He's 2 for 3, has singled the last 2 times he has been at the plate. Gutierrez has also been hit by pitch and struck out. First pitch, misses low for ball 1. One pitch from Keck, steps off. That pitch misses low, and the count moves to 2-1. Two away for the Twins, and in steps Nolan Herchok. Herchok hit that 3-run homer that ballooned the lead for the Derby Twins, and he takes a healthy swing for strike number 1. Keck working with a pace on the mound. Counts 1-1, misses outside, now 2-1. One's fouled off, and count now even at 2 apiece. Pitch is grounded to the second baseman Miller. Throw to first. in time, and a late call by the field umpire. That will end the half inning. We're headed to the bottom of the ninth. The A's need 4-5 to win it. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. We're headed to the bottom of the ninth. Sharples, Mora, and Roberts due up for the Dodge City A's. I'm sure some of you know that there is a World Series going on right now, the finals happening between Texas A&M and the Tennessee. And, of course, the NBC, which is part of the affiliate that the Dodge City A's are in, the NBC World Series, National Baseball Conference. Some NBC alumni in the national finals for the College World Series. Texas A&M has two players, Josh Stewart and Travis Chestnut, who played for Lone Star Baseball. And Tennessee has Dylan Dreiling. Of course, Dreiling playing for the Hayes Larks and will be playing for the Hayes Larks again this year. 1-0 pitch to C.D. Sharples, fouled off and evens a count at 1 apiece. Sharples 0 for 3, got on an error his last time up. The 1-1 pitch comes inside. Count moves to 2-1. Three and one, the count on Sharples. There is a pitcher down in the bullpen for the Derby Twins. 3-1, the count to Sharples. Pitch misses outside, and a leadoff runner aboard for the Dodge City A's. Said the A's need 4 to tie, 5 to walk this one off. So it starts with 1, and in steps Zach Mora. Mora 0 for 4. Has grounded out or flown out every time he's been at the plate. The first pitch inside for ball number 1. The 1-0 pitch. It is popped up. Giving chase is the shortstop Hampton. He'll pull it down and 1 away. In steps Dominic Roberts. Roberts came in to pinch hit back in the 8th. And he flew out in that at bat. Pitch Wild outside will move Sharples over to second. One and 0, the count to Roberts. Roberts a jam shot on the inside edge, and that will be a pop out to the first baseman Birdsall for out number 2. The A's down to their final out. They have a runner in scoring position, and in steps Remington Miller. Miller's 1 for 4. He struck out swinging his last time up. First pitch, fouled back into the net for strike number 1. Miller was on time, just underneath it. Off the end of the bat. Flying out. It's in the triangle. It's down for a hit. And that will score a run. The A's trail 10-7. So now a runner on first. 1 run in. The A's trailing 10-7. And in steps Shannon Martin. Martin has homered both times that he's been at the plate. Both of them over the left field wall. So Shannon Martin will step in. Now the Twins will continue work in the bullpen. First pitch on the outside edge, called strike. Martin 2 for 2 on the evening after coming in the later innings. Pitch comes inside now, called strike, down in the count 0-2. The A's down to their final out. They need at least 3 more to send this game to extras. Martin fouls that one off. Count remains 0-2. So the tying run in the on-deck circle for the Dodge City A's. Oh-2 delivery coming from Diaz. Martin checks his swing, and they appeal down. They say no. 1-2. Pitch grounded at the third baseman, fielded, throws to first. That will end the inning. The A's drop a hard one, 10-7 to the Derby Twins. The Twins win both in the series as the A's fall to 6-8 overall on the season. We'll be back with our post-game wrap-up after this. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. that'll do it for this one as the A's fall 10-7 rather to the Derby Twins. The win will go to Venegas. The loss belongs to Garrett Odie for the Dodge City A's. So it was a back and forth affair tonight for the A's as the Twins scored first, just like they did last night. They scored 2 in the top of the second. The A's would answer back with 2 in the bottom of the third to tie the ball game. They would take the lead in the fourth, leading it 3-2. The Twins would regain the lead at 4-3 in the top of the sixth, but the A's would answer back again. They scored 2 more in the bottom of the sixth. It was the long ball propelling the A's offense tonight. The A's would lead it 5-4 going into the top of the seventh, but disaster would strike as 2 runs would come in, and then a 3-run shot by Nolan Herchok would put the exclamation mark on the night as the Twins would score 5. They would lead it 9-6. They would score 1 more in the top of the 8th to make it 10-6. The A's would answer back in the 9th, 8th, and 9th. And it would be the final result of 10-7. Again, Alejandro Venegas getting the win, Garrett Odie taking the loss. The A's drop to 6-8 overall on the season, 1-4 overall in non-league play. The A's return to action again tomorrow night. They host the Game Day Angels right here at Cavalier Field. The Angels coming in for a 3-game series Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night right here at Cavalier Field. The A's victorious over the Angels in the first game of the series. The A's won that one 11-8 on the Angels' home field, looking for continued success in that game as well. Again, the long ball really propelled the A's offense tonight. So we take a look back for the Dodge City A's. So the A's in the third would get Nyan Hayes leading off with a double, and then a 2-run home run over the left field wall by Grant Weisermans, his 6th home run of the season for the Dodge City A's. That would put the A's tied at that point, and then Remington Miller would hit a single in the bottom of the fourth, followed up by a error that got Nyan Hayes on, and an error that scored Remington Miller to give the A's a lead. Then in the sixth, Miller again would get on an error. 8 combined errors in the ball game. Let that one soak in for a minute. 8 errors between both teams. 5 for the Derby Twins, 3 for the Dodge City A's. So Remington Miller would get on with an error, and then a 2-run home run over the left field wall by Shannon Martin that would give the A's the lead at the time. Shannon Martin again would homer over the left field wall in the 8th. And then C.D. Sharples with a leadoff walk in the 9th would be scored off of a Remington Miller double, or rather single. And that would be the offense of the day for your Dodge City A's. The Derby Twins, 10 runs, 11 hits, 5 errors. They stranded 6. The A's, 7 runs on 10 hits. They commit 3 errors and strand 12. The A's fall to Derby 10-7, and that will wrap this one up as we say farewell and good night. For the entire A's board and organization, I say thank you for following along. We're back in action tomorrow night against the Game Day Angels, 7 p.m. first pitch right here at Cavalier Field. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball.